do in life, right, is we tell ourselves the opposite until the things happen. When you're dealing with other people in life, you always tell yourself the opposite. You want to give somebody else the benefit of the doubt. So you tell yourself the opposite. Man, this ain't gonna happen with this person. They ain't like that. They would never do that. And then you find out, oh, it's the same exact thing. This is how life works, man. And we go through life daily, mentally tricking ourselves, if I'm just being real. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. But I can see what's going to happen here. Straight up. The connection ain't there. She dealing with Wack for opportunity. Wack dealing with her for him using her for whatever he can. He's that type of individual. He gonna use whoever he can for whatever reason. So they going good right now. But the fall apart is gonna be ill. And I'm just keeping it a buck. When they fall apart now, because I guarantee you, his wife Kim wanted to expose Wack so bad. I can bet $1 million on it. I guarantee you. She wanted to expose Wack so bad. But the only reason she didn't expose him because of their connection. The kids. I can't do this to him. You know, they're going to look at me crazy. When I start telling them about the history that we had and the things he did and all the times I stayed, they're going to look at me. It's going to put a bad light on me. Now, I can say whatever I want to say about him, right? But it's going to put a bad light on her. Straight up. Hey, listen. One thing about DZ, right? I study people. Yeah, Wack studies transgenders. I study people. So I'm paying attention to the people in your movement. This is what I do. I'm gonna just tell you that that's how I rock. I love being by myself because I get to observe from the outside. It's hard to observe somebody when they're with you. I'm just being real because they're gonna act a certain way. They don't want you to look at them a certain way. But when you observe somebody from a distance, you get to see a lot more about that person. It's hard to see the inside of your relationship, right? But when somebody else is viewing your relationship, they can break it down. Straight up. I'm just keeping it a buck. Now, I got friends that I rock with, right? From a youngin', right? And we just talk on the phone. We don't hang out no more. We older, right? So we might just rap on the phone, right? Now, if I'm in a relationship, right? He can detail everything about my relationship that I don't see and be accurate. And I can't figure these things out because I'm in the relationship, right? Now, vice versa. I can detail everything that's going on with his relationship without being there that he can't see because he's in the relationship. When you're in a relationship and you dealing with people, you blind yourself to a lot of things. Yeah, you want the relationship to work, right? Something that might be a deal breaker, you not gonna really go that far because you want the relationship to work. Things might build up and then the relationship go always sour. But while you in that situation, You blind yourself to a lot of things because you want the relationship to work. You're not addressing everything because you want the relationship to work. You sweep a lot of things under the rug because you want that relationship to work. Now I'm gonna tell you, R&B and Wack, they've been sweeping stuff. They've been sweeping stuff now. R&B been sitting in the corner crying many a nights, sick. Why you treat me like this? Why you handle me like this? Right? You know, you hear Wack, he be on the internet with it. Be this, be that. I get down. You know where I come from. You don't know me and all that, right? And she sit there and gotta take it. You better understand this, right? She thinking about all that stuff over and over and over again. When you damage somebody the way that Wack has damaged R&B, you can never fix it. The relationship with Wack and R&B been done. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. And I'm just letting y'all know because I understand people and I've been in plenty of relationships. Wack hasn't. Straight up, Wack is a fake gang member, right? Working with the authorities that only had 2 real relationships in his whole 48 years of living. I've had plenty of them, right? So when you damage somebody to that magnitude, whereas though you disrespect them and say things to them that they can never, ever, ever forget, it tears them up daily. They try to think about other things. They try not to pay attention to what you said to them, but they can't help but to think about it. Straight up. So you gotta understand that R&B is thinking constantly about the things Wack has said to her and the way that he has installed a level of fear in R&B. He's installed a whole nother level of fear in her. She gotta walk on eggshells. She can't say certain things. And if she do, he's gonna disrespect her to the core. She tries her best to avoid these things. She don't want to leave, but she want to leave. She's scared to leave. She don't know what she gonna do because they barely making it right now. Think about this now. If Wack was really paid and she knew that they was married and she could get a piece of the pie, oh, she would roll on Wack. Out of here. But Wack does certain things to keep R&B on the string so that she doesn't have the ability to feel like she can be on her own. Oh yeah, he doing certain things straight up to R&B to make her feel like you can't make it without me. You can't do these things without me. We all heard the lie that Wack forgot to cut off, right? Wack forgot to cut the live off when he was talking about his wife. And he said, she can't do it without me. Well, it looked like she doing just fine without you now. I'm sure she doesn't want to go back to you, right? And I'm sure R&B really wants to leave, but she just don't know how. And I understand, ladies, right? When you get with a joker that you just don't know how to leave and they trying to keep pulling you back and they want to disrespect you and they want to break down and cry and say they're sorry, which Wack just did the other month when he did what he did after they dropped that, video and R&B was talking slick. When Sharice dropped the video, we know, because Wack went straight on No Jumper and tried to plead. Baby, I love you. Baby, I was wrong. Baby, I didn't mean it. You know, men usually do this and men usually, nah. See, and I'm going to be honest. When you are a young boy, you might do some things like that. But when you mature mentally, you're not going to engage the same as you would as a young boy. Whereas though you want to be so vulgar and you want to be so violent and you want to be so upset all the time. See, Wack is upset daily. He's talking to people on Clubhouse. Straight up. He's upset daily. He's on Clubhouse. Upset daily. He's pissed off daily. His life, the way he looks, his financial status, everything isn't where he wants it to be. He's upset daily. He's talking to a bunch of broke people for content while manipulating the internet to make it look like he's something. This is his living, right? And y'all know I call it out all the time. I know he hates me to the core. I break it down, the character, who he is, how he's lying, and what he's lying about every time I catch a lie. I know he hates it, right? But we all see it. He's a compulsive liar. This is what he does. But we got to do this to make sure that the entire world knows, because he feel like he got control of the internet. When it then slipped away, just like R&B got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Trust me, any woman that been through something, they know what I'm talking about. They know that R&B is actually tired. She really doesn't like or love Wack. She's tolerating the nigga because she's scared to leave. We know this. Straight up. We all know this. R&B is tolerating Wack because she's scared to leave the nigga. She don't like him. Hell no. She just don't know how to get out of there. She think that he really might harm her, right? And when you get in somebody's mental, right? When you get deep in somebody's mental, you can make them believe something that really isn't true. And we know that women usually get caught up in these type of things. Straight up. Wack has got in R&B's head mentally. He preyed on somebody that was weak, that was looking for an outlet, and he dangled the industry, the diaper company, and all that in front of her. She don't see right now. She can't open her eyes the right way right now. Straight up. But she's scared to leave. In all actuality, right? If she was to leave Wack, she would do better. She's already been exposed and understands certain things from being around certain things. And she's already met people, built relationships. She would do better without Wack. And to be honest, she's holding Wack up. Straight up. She's holding him up. Wack is a peon. Straight up. Certified peon. Liar. Someone that has figured out how to lie on the internet to be noticed. Someone that has manipulated the internet as if they're this big gang member, gangster, but in all actuality, they're working with the authorities. Straight up. And we know this over here, right? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and share this live. We know this, right? So R&B, she is the karma for Wack. And I can see this straight up because the way he has disrespected her, she can never forgive him at all. And it's important for fellas to understand this. When you disrespect somebody to that magnitude, you can never have a healthy relationship. No matter if they stay with you or not, that relationship will never be healthy because you've affected that person mentally. You're mental. Once one person specifically damages that, you can't correct that with that one person. You have to move on. If you try to hold on with that one person, your mind is going to revisit all the trauma all the time. No matter what it is, your mind is going to continue to think about the trauma. You can't get it out. And I'm just being real. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this live. See, I get on here, right? And I'm going to tell you some real rap. You hear me? That's the thing about SBGBTV, right? I'm going to get on here and tell you some real rap. Straight up. I ain't going to get on here and try to lie to you for content. That ain't what I do, right? Because I have real life experiences and I'm just a real individual, right? I'm always keep it funky. Wack acts like he's so for the women and the children, helping. R&B scared to death of Wack. Scared to death. You not for no women and children. You fufafi. You lying. If you separated Wack and R&B and put them in two different rooms, she would say, I'm really scared of him, to the right person. Straight up. Because he's mentally took over her mind. And it's sad that at his age, he hasn't matured and understood how not to do what he's doing. Because he doesn't care about nobody. He doesn't care about nobody. And this is a fact. He hates himself. He hates his dad. He hates his mom. He hates his kids. He hates his wife. He hates everybody. Straight up. But the thing about Wack is he's taking it out on everybody else. That's all. What we see Wack doing, right? He's taking out his pain on everybody else. This is what we see him doing now. Because no human being that is happy is going to try to destroy everybody's life that they come in contact with. Straight up. Everybody. He's destroyed Adam's life. He's destroyed R&B's life. Now these is the two people that he's around a lot. Adam up there every week in R&B. He's destroyed both of their lives. And everybody else, anybody that he had a personal relationship with that tried to hold on to it, he's destroyed their life. Everybody. And he knows this. Blueface destroyed his life. Game destroyed his life. I guarantee you, if Game go back and check, Wack has took a lot of paper from him. I guarantee you. Straight up. Because he's a snake. He's a dirtball. He's that type of individual because he shows it to us. It ain't like I'm not saying something that we not seeing. We all see this. He's showing us this. You thrive off of destroying people's lives.